From humble beginnings comes great potential. And the potential, you may ask? The small worker ant, starting as the most important contributor to the colony, only to be overshadowed by its bigger sibling, the worker ant. But what if we could restore the glory of this humble creature? What if it became the backbone to growing our colony to mega size? Hello, the Youth Nation crew, and welcome back to Microtopia. Hope you enjoyed that fun little intro. So I've been thinking a lot about what I could make for this game content-wise, and what we could be, doing and recording and whatnot, and thinking about how to grow this colony, because I want to be able to grow this colony and really kind of flex the system and all that. And as part of doing that and trying to figure out how to do things more efficiently, which we'll do that, I thought of this idea. So currently where our colony is, it's at the end of the prologue, and as I've played through this game a few times here and there, I've noticed that depending on how you route your system, parts of your colony will become less efficient because ants are going to be going to other parts of your colony. And for me, this typically is the energy area over here. For whatever reason, as I pad things out, I always prioritize all of the workstations and the metal, and this area comes last. And so I was like, okay, what could we do to more efficiently set up this area? Another thing I was thinking about too was these little small worker ant guys. They, they're very important from the beginning because this is only what you get until you get the combiner, and then they sort of, I don't know if maybe most of you guys end up just taking this guy and turning it right into a regular ant right away. But I thought of an idea of how we could give this guy, this little small worker ant, its 5 minutes of glory, but still do a really, really great help and justice to the colony. So the idea that I have here is that instead of these starter ants, those small ants coming right to the combiner right away, I'm actually going to have them run through our flower field here to collect energy pods. And I'm going to set this pathing up in such a way that they're going to be running up and down this thing with many storage units all around it, but that by the time they get close to their end of life, they will come over here to the combiner and get combined into a worker ant. And the great thing about that is, as soon as the ants are combined, the new ant that comes out of it has a fresh new bit of time. So even though this ant may have 1 second left before it hits the combiner, the worker ant that comes out of it has the full 10 minutes. And what that does is that ensures that we're getting food, which ensures that the queen is constantly being fed, which ensures a continuous supply of ants coming out of the colony. And then as long as we are doing the timing right, where our small ants come back to the combiner, we're going to be getting a good continuous amount of regular worker ants. So I am going to get that set up, and we'll kind of see how that pans out, and then I'll show you the build, and hope you have a wonderful time. So let me kind of work through some of those things here and get back to you when I'm done with that. Okay, so this is sort of the initial build. Let's connect this here. So our small ants are gonna go right from here, and we're just gonna ship them right down to this trail here. Now on this trail, I've got our collection trail kind of winding up and down our flower bed, and at each point where we come out of the flower bed, I have storage units. Now all of these storage units right now are getting spit out right here. I feel like ideally we'll have them also line the inventor area, but we are focusing in on the queen ant. These are words, sorry. It's getting cold over in the Midwest now, and our new house does not have an HVAC system, a central air system. So, it's getting cold, and that means lots of snifflies and sick sounds, so I apologize ahead of time for any of that, but it is what it is. So, let's see how long this guy goes for. I don't think this is going to be the full 5 minutes. So we may have come up with something that is going to be really nice and efficient. And two, like, we may even do, I don't know if we could do like a double line. But my thought was, like, we have these drop points because eventually what's going to happen is these first set of flowers are going to have nothing. Right now it's kind of hard as this first run because these guys are picking up, you know, energy right from the beginning. It kind of feels like this wasted amount of running. But let's see. We got tons of time. These guys clear this thing in like a record amount of time. We could probably even have them run and loop and then feed the queen and then head back. Look at that. We could totally do that. Because what this does is this frees up a lot of our bigger ants to be able to focus more on like the repetitive circular work. Yeah, this is working great. I'm liking this. Okay, I'm gonna pause here real quick, and we're gonna make an adjustment to this trail. Instead of going out here, I want you to come over here. These guys come over here for now. And then we're just gonna have this trail out. I like the way that looks, and I don't want them picking up any metal. So we'll just kind of swing around the metal here. Go up this way. There. Alright. So now we're gonna drop. He's gonna pick up. Oh, look at that. We have tons of time. Like in half his lifetime, he is able to accomplish all of that. And then run over here. And then go get upgraded. Guys, dude, we could even do this. Maybe. Thinking we might even be able to have them, here, let me bring this guy over here. Have him drop that and come back. We might even be able to... Alright, so what we're going to do instead is... see if we can... this... Have it. That connect there. It's this. Let's just go right here. So the ants will collect food, grab the food, feed the queen, come down here, grab a larva, throw it on, and then go to get combined. That's a great idea. This guy can... no. Okay, let's run with this. And I need to, you know what? Since we're working on like the backbone of the colony, which is making sure that ants are being produced, I am not going to worry about anything else because we've got a good amount. I mean, we got 100 screws, 82 iron plates. We have a lot of fabric. We got a lot of stuff here, so that's okay if these guys die off. And actually, we're going to be supplying the rest of the colony anyway through all this. Let's see how this goes. I may want to keep these guys in a loop because I don't think there's enough small worker ants coming through to like properly run this at the most efficient speed possible. I feel like we've got room to go a little bit faster. So keeping this on the closed loop is probably going to be the best idea. But, I mean, we've got to... This is kind of working as I'd want it to. And we got tons. I mean, we have tons of food to hold us over. Tons of food. Oh, this is great. I like this idea. This is a great idea. Look at that. Boom. More invention. And then we have regular ants starting to fill up the rest of the colony. Oh, this is great. I like this idea. Cool. Well, this is going to be step 1 to growing the colony. Yeah, I think that's good. I might refine this to be a tighter loop and maybe have... I'm trying to think because, like, I feel like these guys have time to go and do a second run around. And maybe I can, like, extend these collection trails a little bit. Sort of delay them ever so slightly. I don't know. There's opportunity here. There's still lots of opportunity to... Sentries? These are sentries. Okay. These guys aren't going to die. There's still lots of opportunity to utilize the 5 minutes of these small worker ants. There's a lot that they can do in that 5-minute window. I'm hoping that the developers get like a timer logic, like if lifespan is below this amount of time, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, spit out another larva. Okay, now it seems like we're kind of slowing down a little bit. Well, I think this is probably good for now. This is kind of a shorter video, but this is sort of a step 1 to mega basing the colony. But this is producing us a good amount of food, and we are not... We are able to more efficiently use these smaller ants. Like, I think what I might just do is close the loop, have them go from here, go right up to combine, and then maybe have some regular worker ants sit here in a tight loop. Because I feel like we need a loop here in order to really use up all of these incubators, and a loop here to make sure we're feeding the queen a lot. But we'll kind of play with that. I mean, as we grow this colony, we're going to be experimenting with a lot of different things. So let me just do that real quick, and then we'll kind of get a feel for how that feels. So we'll be right back with that. All right, so I closed off this loop. I've got 2 of my sentry ants running on this guy. I had 2 sentry ants here, but I also extended our regular worker ant path around. And so it will loop. So any guys who end up coming down this path, if our queen feeder loop is full and our larvae loop is full, they'll just come back into the exit loop and make their way back to another part of the colony. But look at this. I mean, we're all filled up. This is great. And I could probably even increase this gate to be like, let's go 5. 5 and 5. But I mean, our second combiner is actually getting some ants. I feel like as we increase the number of ants that make it into this larva loop, we're gonna end up getting more small ants. So yeah, this is like, we've got our backbone set up. This setup is going to ensure that we have good food production and good larva incubation. Because these guys are just going to keep feeding away. And like the queen now with 5 of them in there is in a constant flux of being fed. And now we have ants coming in for the queen, the larva. Okay. So we could probably get a 6th ant in here. 6. And just see how this goes. This is great. I'm liking this. 5 might be too many in the larva spot. But I mean, we're at stage 4 feeding. We only have 57 out of our... Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's not good. Oh. These guys are intercepting. We don't want that. That's funny. You can come back on this loop. Let's fix this up real quick. How I didn't see that before. Guess we can have it swing wide. Like this. We'll bring it around this way. Don't like it as much, but that's alright. Okay, and then these guys that are running off with larva need to come back into the larva loop. Who else is out here with larva? Don't see any. Okay, cool. Let's get that back to running. We're about to hit stage 5, which is going to increase our population. Look at that. Oh, we can do 110 larvae a minute. Sweet. All right. Yeah, this is a great setup. I like this. We can refine our big loop to feed the colony, like to feed ants to the colony, but this build is amazing. We kind of can get an idea of where things are at too. I mean, this is the way I've got these feeders set up. This is what's going first in this one, so I kind of went up and down, and we've got tons of food, 250 some food. This is great, awesome, love the build. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas, please leave them in the comments down below. Really would appreciate it. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Would appreciate it, and love for you to be a part of the crew. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. God bless, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.